We're back. We're back. Make sure. Hold on. All right. We're back. We're back. We're back. Make sure. Test, testing, testing. We're back. We're back. We're back. Make sure. All righty. Let me pull up. Y'all got time? Because this might be a minute. Let's pull up the witness video. Let's start debunk. Wait a minute. Before we debunk, let's say this. Dang. What I want to do is play something again for y'all. Keep this up. We'll go back here. Let me see.
Information as we do. And so last night, as we were talking to the research team, one of the things that they were laying out is all of the information that they're gathering. So any search at all that is coming up related to this, they are listening to every all of the information that they're gathering. So any search at all that is coming up related to this.
Okay.
Everything. They are pulling every article, listening to every video, every piece of evidence, every 911.
That's exactly how I want it. So I don't have to share this screen where it'll knock me out. Damn, if I'd have known that, I ain't even have to share it before because I ain't even show y'all nothing. I could have played it like this. Okay. Woo-wee. This at the beginning. Y'all listen. Well, when did I'm to hear. I want y'all to hear her research team. Now I'm thinking they had some certified professionals. Okay. I'm thinking when it said when put this up right here. Y'all just bear with me. Cause we about to break this down. See Ray no working with her. When Tasha put this up, medical examiner reported multiple blunt force trauma to the back of his head. Now, when Tasha put that up, I'm thinking they had got some records back. So, the full medical examiner records or the GPD records. I'm thinking they got some real shit back from the real investigators and the real medical examiners. Y'all listen to this. Listen to this woman tell y'all they have a research team a group of 4. Oh, okay. Research team, group of 4. They go by phases. They on phase 10, working on the case. Oh, okay. And they from all over the world. Okay. And one is a certified nurse. One is a neurologist nurse. And worked in the damn autopsy department. Now remember, see, Ray did say she had somebody up there as a nurse. You know what's so fucked up? They left fucking Paul Cookie, your country bunker. They left you out. They left Cookie out. They put basically MG, C Ray, and that Ava lady. The nurse, MG, is the one that does the mapping around and looking through the map and listening through videos, probably running back and forth to everybody else, content creator video, rubbish, getting shit off of that, writing it down. But see, this woman telling y'all who the research team is. You don't believe me? Take a listen. It's debunk time now. They think somebody's stupid.
For fake supporters, we are not asking for people to stand with us who do not agree with the call. We do live videos where people could come on and we would talk about different topics. And now I have those memories because we spent that.
To share that, because people don't understand that with a lot of the steps that were actually taken, they have been taken because of guidance from law enforcement, from a private investigator, not just because he's trying to be paid. At some of the comments.
Me too.
And so I want to state Tyrone in red pajamas. And so I learned that last night from the research team, as I was made unaware of.
Okay, we got to get to the research team. Oh my God.
There's not as much of.
Come on, get to the research team.
On the people who love on y'all.
Oh Lord.
1 second, we're getting a baby situated. I'll be right with y'all.
Not a problem. It's bigger than us. Because like I told Ms. Shanae, at the end of the day, this is justice for Tyrone, because this justice isn't going to make a difference. It's not going to help us. I've learned a lot about public record requests, a lot about entering a room and demanding presence. And so I think it's very important to acknowledge everything that she's doing, and just to let you all know, to make sure that you guys understand, everyone's delivery isn't for everyone, and that's fine with us.
I'm trying to get to when they get to talk.
I will see if I can open the chat. Maybe.
Oh man.
To say the will, thank you so much. We give it a second just for Facebook to catch up and let it know that we're.
I should have wrote the damn timestamp there.
Is what their education is in,
okay.
How many years of experience that they actually have. We're super excited, even with them and the things that they derive.
All right, let's go just a teeny little bit back. Went all the way back. Nope. Now, what she's gonna do is give you a pre-introduction of this research team.
Other reviews have people done and what kind of businesses they have to make sure they're legitimate reviews. And they have like a 4.8 rating for their particular organization, their company. So they do like missing persons reports, they do like forensic investigation, just a number of things. In addition, I'm so super excited. A research team from around the country.
A research team from around the country. Internet fucking bloggers. Content creator. Okay, research team. Okay, research team. Okay. Every content creator that was doing this, that's on this case, is researching, trying to find the facts when it don't add up. Continue to listen, y'all. Continue to listen.
Has been compiled. So it's a group of 4. Myself met with the family and members of that research team last night for a confidential meeting. That
research team They met last night for a meeting behind the scene. Ain't nobody but C. Ray, Cookie, MG, and fucking Ava. Let's say the name again. Let's count them out again. C. Ray, Ava, Cookie, MG. How many fingers y'all got up? How many fingers do you have up? You have 4 fingers up. 4 recent. And if they don't get this bullshit out my... Why the fuck y'all come on this motherfucker like somebody stupid? Oh, but I'm not even finished. Keep listening, and y'all gonna get the hint. They talking about what didn't add up. Been researching too. And came up with a bunch. Snap it here. She passed up the hotel 4 different, like they was there. Y'all don't even know the timeline. It didn't happen at the hotel or the cabin. Those are not facts. Y'all feeding this lady a bunch of bullshit. Just like everybody else had searching. This is what happened. This is what happened. That's all y'all feeding this lady. And professional y'all sound. Oh, it gets better.
I was about 3.5 hours long. I was very, very impressed with what actually came out of the meeting. What they actually did is went piece by piece with the evidence that already is currently available. We navigated other evidence that in order to fill in some of the actual gaps. The phases, we're in phase, depending on how you look at it.
Now go on over there right now to what did not add up channel. Go on her community wall. She gonna tell you what phase she in. It tells you each phase and what they're doing on each phase. It tells you what phase they are on. Okay? And they're not professionals. And then they sold liars. They done sold this family or this lady a bunch of crocodile ass bullshit. Years you've been you've been in a nerd, you know, worked neurologist, worked in a brain trauma center, you know, fucking worked as a fucking doing autopsies, you know, worked in the coroner's office. You was last time I was on listening, the last time I heard when y'all was up there on the panel, you were just a nurse. All that doctor this, doctor that behind your name. You was a nurse. Up mouth. She said, "Oh, I like her. She's a nurse, so she could get a little. You know, she be digging because she's in a nursing. She's a nurse, but you ain't no medical doctor. You did exactly what I did. Took the injuries of what Tasha said and Google Gemini, GPT check, pulled it up, and you came up with some damn conclusion. And that's why he stumbled out the car. Was you there? Nah, I'm gonna break this. I gotta put it where I see it, cause that's some bullshit. But we're gonna continue.
6 or 7, and they've actually have a working theory. And so it's exciting to kind of go through that. So I did want to open it up for Natalie if she wanted to jump in and say anything. And then what we'll do next is actually talk about the expertise of each person that's actually on the research team.
That's what I want to hear. We want to hear the expertise of it. Y'all just listen to this bullshit.
Into things like the acceleration rate of the car and things like that. So there's a lot of actual research being done by all parties involved. And as a team, most of us are drowning out the noise and doing the business that needs to be done.
And we know she drowned out the noise, but she ain't. She just a content creator too. MG is the one that do the researching. Then the nurse up there is the one doing the nursing field. Gemini, Google Gemini, Chat GPT of a fucking brain injury. And the only way they got the point where, see, this is new shit, but they had already known because see, Ray already said they talked to the family for hours behind the scene. So the family done sent see Ray on the pictures of how he was laying and the blood. I'm sorry, and the urine, the pee on the ground. But where's the video? Where's the video at? Miss C. Ray, Miss MG, Ava, because they didn't give Queen. Queen, you ought to feel embarrassed. Because this woman, she did say 4, but however, when she broke down their expertise and they credentials, they damn sure left you out, guinea, piggy. They left you out, Queen. You ought to feel real embarrassed. So you don't have, child. Y'all listen. I'm not lying. Listen.
And those who are not drowning out the noise are still doing the business that needs to be done and addressing what needs to be addressed. So I just want to thank everyone who is a part of this.
So y'all didn't even hire a PI. On God, y'all did not hire no PI. You get information for somebody that only want facts. We all want facts. You get information for somebody that doing the same. On my other channel, I broke it down on different head injuries. It's up. My video up. I made 2 and broke it down on head injuries. I even went and done maps, the route. But y'all so professional. Those are not facts. You want facts? They want facts over there, right? Them robots over there want facts. And yes, I'm calling them robots because this is getting ridiculous now. Where your facts at that they left that cabin and went inside Papa John's and got injured from Papa John's going back to the hotel? Where are your facts at? C. Ray and your team. Those are not facts. Oh, but it gets better. Because see, Ray now going to tell this lady and the David family how he sustained those injuries and what kind of injuries he had without even looking at a medical report. Without even visually seeing his injuries. Without even working on him. Being there working on him. You're part of the damn trauma team. You on the internet. Y'all, these people is full of shit. They ain't hired nobody. Keep listening.
Movement, who is a part of this fight and who is standing with us and understanding it's bigger than us. Because like I told Miss Shanae, at the end of the day, this is justice for Tyrone, because this justice isn't going to make a difference. It's not.
Hurry up, Natty, because I can't fast for you. Because I won't. Because if I fast for you, I'll miss this damn lady. Break her down. C. Ray, team credentials.
Going to help us because once we get justice for him, it's just going to be us dealing with him not being here. So that's what my uncle meant when he said after it's justice, it's just us, because we still have to process this loss. And unfortunately, a lot of our family members have not been able to truly grieve this loss, or not been.
They done got C. Ray now, and they is so convinced that C. Ray don't got facts. Them people over there ain't got no facts. Well, this lady gonna tell you they watch everybody else and put it together, and they get in their own little team and put it piece everything together. They ain't doing nothing no more than another, and they feel that they got facts. They ain't got no facts. They don't know if that man left that cabin, and they really ain't got no facts. Because if they go listen to that witness, the first witness, he gonna tell you a red car was in front of him with blinker lights on. But don't worry, I'ma play it so you can hear it. C. Ray and your team and Miss Jackson.
Been able to truly understand and accept the grief and the loss and just the
Now you got people out here talking about he was hit multiple times in his head. Child.
What's next of this process, because we still have so many unanswered questions, and
you keep listening to motherfuckers acting like you got all this credential. You get the right people. While she telling you not to hire an attorney, you get the right people. They'll get down to the facts. And all y'all got to do is sit back, handle their case, do their investigation thoroughly. See, Ray ain't no goddamn investigator. She just another content creator, piecing shit together. Ain't no facts that man walked in no damn junk. No facts that his injury was instant, whatever the fuck, where he would drive from the cabin to Gainesville alive. Don't know that. Because you're not even in his head. You didn't even cut his head open. You just a nurse. You don't even have that shit in your name. You probably a CNA.
so much that we want to know. So again, thank everyone who is supporting us and standing with not the Davis family as in Tyrone, but the Davis family as anyone who supports Tyrone Davis Jr.
I wish I was on my bigger channel so everybody can hear what I got to say. Y'all fucking listening to thing that's on the internet that claim they got these credentials, and y'all gonna know who the hell this lady talking about. See, Ray already said Ava was a nurse. She said it on her own live. Ava is a nurse. And she did. I was in the live when she said that. MG does the research. She says that. They gonna confirm it. Child.
I'll give me 1 second. We're getting a baby situated. I'll be right with y'all.
Not a problem. Atlanta for a birthday celebration.
Internal experiences and how things actually should work. And so bringing all of those things to the table as a, and I talked to Rob privately about staying the course. I want to also state, because people are seeing this, a lot of people that have reached out, they have reached out because of what they're seeing. And like, there's some people who've been navigating things for a year, some like a few years, and they felt comfortable to reach out to ask for help or support, to say, hey, what are my next steps? Where they felt lost because many people have dismissed them. Another point that I want to make as well is, a lot of times people say, well, oh, just go get an attorney. Well, a lot of times with an attorney, it's about how much they can recoup or recover. Well, if you're
y'all ain't for to recruit or recover a goddamn thing without an attorney, because y'all ain't nothing but some, man. Keep it in house, huh? Don't take it out of house till the David family get tired of fucking go bankrupt, giving y'all researchers on the internet money when they could have spent the money professionally with professionals. What you mean not get an attorney? But keep going.
dealing in a situation where
She wants to keep all the money to her fat ass self.
a person doesn't have a lot for you to recover, there's not as much of value for the act.
And what do y'all have? I can't believe the Davis family them going for this bullshit. Oh.
Actual attorney. And even in this particular case, as you know, stated when I talked to the wrongful death attorney, who was very honest. She said, you can go hire one, they're going to take the money, but the point of the recourse for the wrongful death attorney is so that the family members of who.
We heard all this. I need you to get to that paper. That paper. Get to that paper, because I'm thinking y'all had some professional shit and y'all getting this shit from what didn't add up. And her crew. Get out of here. Hurry up, read.
I'll address every comment. There's just never enough.
Did I go past the paperwork? I need this bitch to.
We motivate someone else to stand with their family. We motivate someone else to love on those that love on them.
Shit, I need her to get to this paperwork.
Stand and accept.
Okay, she reading the paper right now, I think.
Things I want to highlight: the only way to ever get justice really fully for someone when a system is not working the way it should is through family. And so
if the system not working, then you go hire you a goddamn attorney and let the system work for you. You go down there to the mayor's office. They the ones make sure the cops are on the mayor's payroll.
the reason that we know the names of like Breonna Taylor and Tamir Rice and Trayvon Martin work in law enforcement, and you know that it's not right, and the way that things weren't investigated because of your own internal experiences and how things actually should work. And so bringing all of those,
this letter is no good for them.
Line up with the evidence. We have only heard accounts from one party who is involved. And again, nothing that we were told adds up with what the evidence presents.
So what's the evidence? Who gave you the evidence? See right now? See right now gave you the evidence? Oh, Lord. Because y'all damn sure ain't getting no evidence from GPD.
Understand, we are not in a witch hunt. We are not saying five.
Hey, I need this lady to get to this paperwork. I don't like doing this on Facebook because I could get to it real good on
From
YouTube.
what you gather, you feel that it is directed at someone. Maybe you need to take stock in that.
And then every time she talk, she always got to throw that shade in to Polo. Always got to be about Polo. Without saying his name, we already know she throwing the shade to Polo.
Mission is so very important because that is the
Ah, y'all bear with me. I'm trying to get to the paperwork. I'm trying to get this lady to hurry up and read this paper so it can make sense to y'all who is the research team.
and that's not the case. And I want to be clear that in the mix of this, I have a family member that just passed away in Broward County, one of the prisons down there in South Bay Correctional, and they literally starved my loved one to death.
That's a lie. And that's a lie. They didn't starve your loved one to death. Your loved one starved him or herself to death because your loved one refused to eat. And obviously, y'all didn't put no money on your loved one books where he could or he or she could have ate. The jail ain't gonna starve you. They feed you 3 meals a goddamn day. Now, if your loved one didn't eat the damn meals, then that's your loved one's fault. Your loved one starved his or herself to death. They starved their own self to death. And she talking about Broward County Jail. They'll starve her family member to death. When they feed you, by law, required to feed you 3 meals a fucking day. Now, how the fuck your loved one starve? But they wanted more than 3 meals a day? Well, don't go to jail because you're only getting 3 goddamn meals a day. And if your loved one didn't want to eat that damn crap, then that's your loved one's fault. Y'all should have some money on that motherfucker books so they can get some canteen, some commissary. Y'all hear this big ass lie? Broward County starved her loved one. You don't get that racket shit out my face.
So the same way y'all see this level of energy, y'all gonna see this level of energy down in Broward County.
It always got to be about her, and she make it about Polo. She got to experience with everything that happened to her. Yeah, take that level of energy down there to Broward County with signs y'all starved your loved one to death outside of that jail. They're going to look at y'all like a goddamn idiot. Fools. They hand you 3 meals a fucking day. That you just sound stupid even saying that.
County. So every senator, every congressperson,
y'all people's a fall for anything if y'all believe this shit.
The state attorney that I know, this is what will be happening in Broward County. And that's why, because that's my family. And so
then you should have put some goddamn money on your family books. Sick of this bullshit.
like that's what it is. So I wanted to make sure to name that, and I talked to Rob privately about staying the course. I want to also state, because people are seeing this, a lot of people that have reached out, they have reached out because of what they're seeing. And like, there's some people who've been navigating things for a year, some like a few years, and they felt comfortable to reach out to ask for help or support.
It's impossible. What we're saying is this is who he was with. So if it wasn't this,
from what you gather, you feel that it is directed at someone to provide accurate information. And so, like, with that, I'm going to walk through what was presented to us as a preliminary working theory, also with the actual disclaimers. And the reason, as I stated, they go through 10 phases. We're only in about phase 6 or 7 because there's additional information that we're waiting on. Also, with the information that we have, we're now compiling a list of other things that law enforcement should have done that is not done, and then other things that should have taken place that have not, that we now have to go back as we compile those and then either request that these things be done or ask why they had not been done or to finish filling in the gaps, which is also one of the things that I explained in my initial video when I sat with the family about the process. And that process is waiting to get what law enforcement has, to see what they already have, to understand how they came up with the ruling that they did come up with, and then to be able to fill in those actual gaps with accurate information. I'm very fortunate that with the team, and also too, we'll give follow-up information because they actually are taking the time to put together presentations. They are confidential because of the high level of security of their actual jobs. So external from
Oh my God, they are confidential because of the high level of security of their job. Baby, you ain't talking about no motherfucker body but C. Ray and her investigation team. That's what you're talking about.
from their jobs, this case is the only case that they are working on to give it their full undivided attention. And it's in conjunction with the work that I do, and it's in conjunction with the work that the PI actually does in order to get to the bottom of this. And literally, this is what an investigation should look like with law enforcement agents.
Ain't no PI. There is no PI. The Davis family teamed up with what don't add up and the other three that sits on her panel. Ava, C. Ray, MG, Queen. I mean Cookie. But it fucked up. What's Cookie credentials? What does she do? I think you said you didn't even know what she does. But you know it's four of them. Because she don't do shit. She just sits up there. Ah.
So literally all that's being recreated is what should have actually happened in the first
Hurry up and introduce their job or field and what they does.
place for the family to obtain the justice that it is that they're actually seeking. And so that is the reason we are also repeating some information over and over to ensure that people are getting it right. And what we're also in, what is interesting that even when you're giving factual information, because of people's own perceptions, they're taking it and skewing it and making it be what they want to be, which is fine. But we're going to make sure that we do our best to speak very clearly, very plainly, and then lay out what those things actually are. So, but the preliminary analysis, and they give a disclaimer, and I'm actually going to read that like word for word. It says the document reflects a preliminary working theory developed from currently available information, including surveillance footage, witness scene observations, and publicly known medical findings. The reconstruction presented in this document is not a formal investigation conclusion, nor is it intended to accuse criminal or assign criminal responsibility to any specific individual. Rather, it represents a good faith analytical interpretation of available information for the purpose of identifying questions, inconsistencies, and areas that may warrant further professional investigation. This document is intended to assist the family, private investigators, attorneys, and other appropriate officials in evaluating potential investigative avenues. As a
And they're going to take that bullshit piece of paper, because that's not a document, that's a piece of paper. And they're going to take that shit and ball it up and throw it in the goddamn trash. Matter of fact, they're going to ball it up and stick it up your ass. You got this from a research blogger? Get the fuck out of my face.
additional evidence or verified information becomes available, the working theory may be revised, expanded, or corrected. All individuals mentioned in relation to this matter,
Yeah, and need to be corrected. Because those are not facts that they came up with.
are presumed innocent unless and until determined otherwise by.
Look at Natty. She want to bust out laughing because them bitches over there act like they real professional. She want to bust out laughing so bad. She's not even. She her expression on her face, y'all. If y'all can see her expression on her face when this lady reading this shit, cause she know it ain't from no professionals. They from content creators. A content creator with 3 other motherfuckers up there calling themselves a team of investigators.
Appropriate legal authorities. So the overview, based on available surveillance footage, witness statements, scene observations, and medical findings, the following reconstruction outlines a medically and forensically plausible sequence of events that may explain Tyrone's injuries and subsequent collapse. So the events immediately after leaving Papa John's. And so before I get into this, not so that we don't keep you on for 3.5 hours, there was a reconstruction of the actual timeline that was done. The reconstruction was actually so phenomenal that they're actually going to be able to put that part together in a presentation, and it will be posted. So when we get that, we will share, where they were able to, number one, map the time frame from when they left Gilchrist County and actually came here.
And how the fuck they know what time they left Gilchrist County? The Davis family don't even know what time Tyrone or Lulu left Gilchrist County. So how in the hell do what don't add up? C. Ray and her investigating team know what time he left. They left. Those are not facts. Nobody know what time. Nobody even know what time or nothing happened. Besides the people that pulled up on him in that middle of the street.
Here, they were able to reconstruct a timeline by looking at the time on the pizza box.
So that means the Davis family gave them the photo of the pizza box. They gave the family gave what did not add up, the pizza box. So that's how they looking at the time. But it still was never no footage. But let's go.
When they actually left Papa John's and compared that to the time frame that 911 was actually called. They were able to do like the overhead view from Google and actually trace and draw a line of their actual path. They were able to put on the actual map show on the map where Papa John's was, where Tyrone was found, and actually where the hotel actually was. Additionally, when I get further down, when they named the injuries, the way that his injuries we can now rule out that it did not occur at the hotel, and his injuries did not occur in Gilchrist County.
Oh Lord. And these are facts from what didn't add up and her team. Because that's the research team that y'all talk to behind the scene.
So from what is explained from all of the medical evidence, we can infer that the injury that caused this happened after they left Papa John's. And so with the public records that we're waiting on from FDOT, and then now knowing...
Yeah, why don't you just wait for that? Wait for the public records. Wait for the public records. Because see, Ray and them don't know shit neither.
To go back and look at the businesses in the area, and that black box, which I don't mind stating here now, which would actually be able to show actual driving patterns. So if there was rapid acceleration,
but that'll be your best bet. Because listening to C. Ray now, they don't know what exact driving patterns Lulu and Tyrone did if he was in the car. They don't know what time actually they left Gilchrist. The Davis family don't know what time he left that cabin or even what day he left it on.
Accelerations, if like bobbing and weaving, so that will actually tell a lot about what happened from Papa John's to where Tyrone was actually found. But it says Tyrone was last seen on surveillance video inside Papa John's only minutes before he was later discovered lying in the roadway. After
Let's debunk that. It was already proven he was never seen in no goddamn Papa John's. It was proven nobody's seen no video from Papa John's. Matter of fact, I believe GPD said it was a young man went into Papa John's, but GPD ain't even done no investigation to even match the picture up to say it was Tyrone and Papa John's. So those are not facts from your research team, Miss Jackson. Simon Jackson, that's not facts. Because it was already told none of the family members seen a video. And a video that was floating around was an AI video of him at a concession stand, and whoever made the AI video, which is now down, took it down, made it look like he was in Papa John's. Tasha even came out and said they ain't seen no video. Gainesville police told them it was a video of him. Instead of them saying, well, we want to see it like anybody else concerned, if GPD telling me you got my child on video or my loved one on video, let me see it because I want to make sure it's him. They ain't even fucking do that. They just going about what GPD said.
leaving the restaurant, Tyrone returned to the vehicle with the girlfriend. It is believed that an argument either continued from earlier or began shortly after he got back into the car. And
Now
as
that
we know with
sounds like
previous evidence, that witnesses in Gilchrist County stated they had already been arguing for 2.5 hours. And then we know that once they got here, that it seems like that, and actually by her statement, that argument continued on, and they stated that there were communications when she went to either AT&T or T-Mobile, because there's a conflicting statement there, that this argument continued on. So it says, after leaving Papa John's, the vehicle traveled to the intersection of Southwest 34th Boulevard and Archer Road, where the girlfriend made a U-turn. The vehicle then continued traveling toward the I-75 on-ramp. During this route, the driver passed the left turn at Southwest 37th Boulevard, which would have taken them back towards their hotel. The vehicle ultimately reached the area near I-75 on-ramp and Archer Road, where another U-turn occurred. At or near this location, it is believed Tyrone requested to be let out of the vehicle. While Tyrone was still inside the car, and likely as he was turning to exit, he may have been grabbed by the left shoulder, because scratches are later observed on Tyrone's left shoulder are consistent with this type of contact. At the moment, Tyrone appears to have been struck in the back of the head with a hard object, possibly a firearm or a similar blunt instrument.
And you and what didn't add up, and her team could prove that. They could prove that. Miss Porter, you still in here? You listening to this crap of bullshit? Because that's who they talking about. That's the research team. C. Ray, MG, Cookie, and Ava. But I'm trying. I don't know if I passed it up. I hope I did not. I think after she get done reading this, she gonna give you their credentials. Child.
And so with the actual evidence, so now also waiting not just from the medical records coming from GPD, but now the family is requesting the medical records specifically the hospital. Because
well, y'all got. I'm done. I'm done. I thought that I thought you already got the medical records from the hospital. For Tasha to make that post, he was hit multiple times. He wasn't hit twice. He wasn't hit twice. He was hit several times. I thought y'all had got some records back. Y'all listening to C. Ray and her team to say he get in the car after Papa John's. Then he asked her to get let out. As he getting let out, she grab him, pull him back. But she driving. She grab him and pull him back. Okay, he snatched away, but he already dead. So she hitting him and driving. Or did she hit him in Papa John's parking lot? Because that should be on camera. But this is coming from the world, all around the world research team with the 4 ladies. MJ, what didn't add up? Cookie, and the nurse Ava.
scratches from a roadway and scratches from being scratched by being grabbed are totally different actual scratches, and the fact of where they are, that they believe they're scratches from an altercation.
Y'all got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. This is not, listen, y'all, what she's reading off, they're not getting this from professional, from an attorney, from a PI, from a medical examiner, from a trauma team. This is not what she's getting this from. She's getting this from 4 women sitting on a goddamn panel, being serious about the case and only want facts. And what they bring to her is not facts, because they was not there. Nobody know what time them people left that daggone cabin. The pizza box. Okay, you use the time off the pizza box. Y'all don't even know what the travel was like. Y'all don't even know what the traffic was like. You can't pinpoint what time they left Gilchrist and got to Gainesville. You ain't on that road that day. Oh, but it gets even better.
There was this blow also, as they stated as we were talking, when you think about multiple blunt force trauma to the head and then being hit in the back of the head. The next statement is my inference. I was very confused when the family has stated multiple times that Tyrone has 2 guns and the guns never popped up. I was confused because I stated that if he was not shot, why is it that no one would turn the guns over? Well, if he was hit in the back of the head with the guns and you're able to get them, then you would be able to actually match the barrel or whatever part of the gun with the injuries in the back of the head.
Well, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. That trauma team does x-rays. The trauma team does x-rays. They does CAT scans. They wouldn't even need the gun that hit him on the back of his head, because they would already know that came from the butt of a gun. If his head was beaten with a gun and dented in the back of his head with a gun, they'd already known he got the injuries from a gun. The medical trauma team would have known that. They didn't even need a gun to even know that. They don't even need to match it. They'll let you know it was a gun. It was a gun. We don't know what kind of pistol, but it was the butt of the gun. Because they have technology, x-ray machines, CAT scan machines to know that.
So that's my inference. That's not anything that has been proven, but that is.
And it ain't going to be proven because it would have been already proven he was hit with a goddamn butt end of a gun.
Something that would add up and make sense.
Well, it would have made sense if the trauma team would have came back and said he was hit with a gun, because they would have known that. They would have known that.
And just to put the part that Shanae has already read into layman's terms, what the team was able to explain and then also visibly show is that in order to end up where he was found, they would have passed multiple locations where they could have turned to get to their hotel, or even made a U-turn if they missed their original point.
Well, see, the team, I don't know what information y'all gave them behind the doors, but publicly what y'all gave us, he left out of Papa John's. Okay, so through my investigation, when you leave out of Papa John's and you're trying to go back down in your hotel back, going back down, you ain't gonna make a right. You're gonna leave out of Papa John's, get in that far left lane, and make that turn. You gotta make that U-turn. Then when you go further down by that other light, she made another U-turn to come back up. And the hotel during ends sit right there. They never made it to that damn hotel. She had to make 2 U-turns. We're gonna have to map again. Let me bust this research. When you leave out of Papa John, you're getting in the far left lane. You got to make that left to come back down. They get all the way down to the light and they have to make another left to come back up, just to be on the right hand side to go over to the damn hotel. Because everything is one ways there. U-turn, U-turn, U-turn. So they had to make 2 U-turns. So saying that she made all these U-turns and passed this up, no. She was going back down she was going wherever they was going. I would say they was going back to the hotel, but they can't drive facing traffic. They can't go down. They can't leave out of Papa John's and turn left. You be in traffic. You be head on hitting somebody. You got to do that left U-turn. Go down further down by that. You got to hit that light, make that U-turn. Go further down. You got to go up. She done passed up under the bridgeway. Yup, underpass. She went up under the underpass, stopped at that light, and made another U-turn to come back up. So when she come back up, if he would not have, whatever happened right there, right in that area, whether he jumped out, whatever he done, if he would not have done, if nothing would have taken place, all they would have did is make that, they would did that U-turn, and went right on up and turned right up into the hotel. They'd have been right there during his end. But they didn't make it.
To get to their hotel, there was plazas that they could have turned in to turn around.
Even I don't care what kind of plazas they could have turned around in or pulled over in. Yeah, she could have, when she left out of Papa John's, she could have left out Papa John's, turned right, kept straight, and went to Circle K, the same place she went to wait for the ambulance, and let them out. But I believe wherever they was doing, they was probably was about to go to the hotel, back to their hotel. That's the only way they could get to their hotel. You had to make those 2 left turns, left U-turns. She had to. But see, what your trauma team messing up at is because you, Miss Jackson, came on live after that little meeting with GPD and said the police, GPD, saw her vehicle. They didn't see her make 2 left turns. They didn't see her coming out of Papa John's, making that left, going all the way down, and then making another left to come back up. Because the hotel sits right there at the beginning. As soon as you leave the bridge, the hotel is sitting right there in the back. They was like feet away from the hotel from that bridge. Very walking distance. However, GPD saw her already down there at the last light. Once that light changed, they saw her make that U-turn. And a car was behind her. The black car. You know the black car that was facing her? She facing the black car and he facing her. She got the right of way. She went on in and made that left. And that black car, his light changed. So he ended up directly behind her. She kept going. He stopped because he saw 2 people rendering aid. See what y'all not realizing, Dro wasn't even in that car. Hello, did you hear me? Dro was not inside that car when she made them turns. And that came from this activist. From when they met GPD people. GPD saw her at that light, make that left, and the black car was when after she made that left, a black vehicle was behind her. That came out of their mouth, not mine. When the black car stopped, he stopped because he saw 2 people rendering aid to somebody on the ground. So when she made them loops, he wasn't even in her motherfucking car. Let's talk about it. And they had already had the pizza, because mind you, the pizza all over the ground. So how did the research team come up with, she made all these loop turns and loop turns and loop turns? Was they behind her?
To get them back to that hotel. However, they were 3 intersections away from their hotel at the time the vehicle made the U-turn, where he was later found at his demise. So if you were leaving from getting pizza to go to your hotel, how do you end up 3 intersections past the hotel?
If they at the very end, they went. That team ain't researching it right, baby. They was not 3 sections away from that hotel. When she made that loop around, and I don't even stay in Gainesville, and studied that map. When she went down to that bottom light, made that left coming back up, she would have had to stop at another light, but she never even made it to that light. They stopped right there by that wall, by that retainer wall. Had she kept going past that little light and made that right turn up into the little section area and driven back in that little back area, she'd have been at Dury End. So they wasn't 3 sections away. He could have walked that. That's probably, if he did ask to get out the car, he probably like, let me out, I'll walk. Because he could have walked that. Dury End was right there. And if he was right there. So I don't.
So just layman's term explanation of what the.
Well, y'all need to tell the research team they need to go back and do their research. Because I'm also going to play the fiance say red car. I'm going to play him. Tell that research to do their goddamn research. And stop listening to everybody else and trying to put shit together. Because they'd have really done their research. They'd have known you ain't got no choice but to do left turns in that damn area of Gainesville. Is U-turn, U-turn, U-turn. That's it. That's all. Especially to get back down. Let's put it like this. Papa John's at the top end of the fucking road. They hotel is on the same road, however, it's at the bottom. Like normal streets, you could turn out and you could turn left and go on down. But they can't because they be going into going traffic. As traffic coming to them, they be going into traffic. You have to get over when you leave out Papa John, make a left, go all the way down to that light, make another left to come back up. Had they kept going a little bit up, that light would have been right there. They went past that little light, and all they had to do was make a motherfucker right and ducked off and drove all the way back there where it's ducked off at to Dury End. Damn, y'all down there in Florida, 4-5 hour drive. Y'all were just down there. What y'all should have done was did the route that the damn GPD gave y'all. And y'all understood why she had to do those U-turns. Research team, Miss Jackson.
The experts, because these are subject matter experts. This is what they were able to find during.
They are not experts. Let's cut it out. What didn't add up and her team are not experts. They are content creators, and they are a team. She's a content creator, and they just sitting there on her panel acting like they are somebody. They're acting robotic. They so professional. All they want is facts, and they don't even have the fucking facts. Had they had the facts, they'd have known she only did 2 U-turns. And that's the only way you could be back down at the bottom of the damn street. Because they can't drive in ongoing traffic. As it'll be a head-on collision. Oh.
their research and their investigation.
Yes. And throughout the entire presentation, they wanted to make sure for them, they don't have a stake in this at all. It's
Right.
only about the facts and what is factual and what.
Well, then that shit they just gave y'all ain't facts or factual. Because they guessing like everybody else. They putting shit together and trying to piece time and trying to piece shit and trying to piece what actually happened. They they doing what every other content creator are doing. If the Davis family don't have facts, GPD ain't got no facts to give them. So you saying what don't add up? See, Ray don't got facts over there. Well, I know they ain't got facts. I can't wait till you say they said ain't no red car. Or did you already say that? I can't wait because I'm finna debunk that shit right here on this live.
What is plausible and what adds up and what does not. And so they wanted to make sure that we were very clear. They don't have a stake either way. It's about what the evidence actually shows. And so for them, whatever the evidence leads to is where we will land at. And so that's also when I stated about the barrel, I made sure it was an inference that I made because for them, there is no inference either way. It is they want to ensure that it is very unbiased and just facts based on facts, and that's it.
Yes.
So then they go into the primary skull injury. They said this blow caused high energy blunt force trauma to the base of Tyrone's skull.
And I swear to God, I thought that came from a real medical examiner, professional, certified, working in the trauma team. I thought they got this from that trauma team that they had. I thought they got this from the damn hospital trauma team that drove us in. They got this shit from C. Ray now.
The force of the impact was severe enough to produce comminuted fractures, meaning the bone was shattered into multiple pieces, with fragments displaced toward the front of the skull.
Again, YouTube content creator, researcher told her this. Not a medical examiner, not a professional medical doctor. YouTube content creator, what did not add up, aka C Ray, MG, Cookie, and Ava. And Ava is the nurse that aka done autopsies and worked in brain units. Child. Okay. Okay.
This type of injury is known to initiate rapid internal bleeding inside the skull and places the individual.
Well, I could Google that. Matter of fact, I GPT'd it. I could have sent that shit to y'all. I got 2 videos up on my other channel now, letting you know, and giving you a diaphragm of a guy's head, letting you know what blunt force trauma is. And it's several names of a blunt force trauma. It's all kind of blunt force trauma, and they all have names to it. But if they medical examiners, why didn't they put the goddamn name to it? What kind of blunt force trauma did he get? Them ain't facts. I'm disappointed in C. Ray now handing these people this bullshit. And I'm disappointed of this damn lady accepting that bullshit. I know the family looking for help, but you're gonna be in that same role still, just stuck. Instead of taking that money that y'all did get and get some real help. Them people ain't professionals, because they want to be sitting on this goddamn internet. They'll never have time to sit on the goddamn internet if they in a fucking medical field.
Individual at immediate risk of catastrophic brain injury. And so what they were stating.
No, what they're saying is they Google Gemini, they GPT it, they asked the question, and them the results they got back, and they just fed it to y'all. That's what didn't add up, and her crew did.
Thing is, by the medical aspects and evidence of this, that was the reason they were able to rule out that this happened at the hotel in Gilchrist County.
They were able to rule out because they made up their own medical injury of a blunt force trauma. They don't know which blunt force trauma. They don't know. They ain't got the diagram of his head. They ain't got the X-ray. They don't have the daggone medical records. So they just gonna guess what kind of blunt force trauma he got and come up with this the kind he got, and they believe it happened at the Papa John's because driving from Gilchrist to Papa John's, he would have instantly already been dead. Okay.
And that it had to happen after leaving Papa John's is because the nature of the injuries, what came after would have happened very rapidly.
And what's the nature of the injuries? How they know the nature of the injuries? The Davis family don't know the nature of his injuries. That's why they looking for help. They don't know what caused him to be on that ground. So you tell me 4 YouTubers, I mean, one content creator with 3 everyday living people. They ain't got the MD, the PhD, none of that in front of the name or on the back of the name. Just a nurse. A nurse. Not an LPN, not an RN, a regular nurse. Somebody that's probably wiping ass or giving medicine, putting an IV in your arm. That's all she is. She probably did what? Yeah, she probably done worked on the brain injury floor, monitoring the monitors. Putting an IV on the monitors, but actually working with someone, brain, actually really, really, really knowing the inside of a person's brain. She's not one of them damn trauma teams. The neurologist doctors. She's not that. Ava, the nurse that's on C-Ray panel. This is what she fed them. A bunch of bullshit.
Said almost instantaneously, he said that he would not have survived long enough to have left Gilchrist County and make it into Gainesville.
And again, how she know what kind of blunt force trauma he received in his head? Because for one, you don't know if he jumped out the car and fell, or did he get hit with a bottle, or did he get hit with a pole or rock? Oh, but I forgot. Lulu, Lulu scratch him by pulling them and beating them with a bottle with a gun at the same time. If anything, let's make sense of it. Let's make sense of why he might have a. Since you're listening, and you won't, because y'all don't want no facts. But my theory of that, if we want to be real about it, If he got a scratch in the back of his shoulder area, they arguing in the car, and he said, "I'm gonna jump," and she driving. Okay, she reaching and tried to grab him. Wouldn't jump. That's probably how he got the scratches. If we want to be real, if he jumped out the car, he didn't get them scratches by her holding him and beating him with a object, and damn sure ain't beating him with no object and trying to drive on a busy road.
With that type of injury, the impact and the outcome of those injuries would have happened within moments. Hence why at the scene he was unresponsive, unalert, and then en route to the hospital coded. It was because the way the injury was inflicted, it was not, he did not have the time to do like things from it wasn't a slow injury. It wasn't something that
Opened the car door, stepped out of the shortly afterward. As Tyrone attempted to walk away from the vehicle, the lucid interval likely ended as bleeding and swelling increased inside the skull. Tyrone would have rapidly begun losing balance, coordination, and consciousness. I do want to say that this part, as they got further in the discussion related to the statement by the girlfriend, when they listened to the actual 911 call and then listened to the communications after, when they were actually already in the ambulance, two things that they stated that came up between all of those communications. One was that the statement that the girlfriend stated that he exited the vehicle and that she closed the door behind him and she looked back. And
But first of all, another lie. Well, let's say this, another non-fact. This is not fact. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you in a car, you're driving. He gets out the vehicle. So you mean to tell me you driving 25, 30 miles per hour, whatever. He get out the car and leave the car door open, and she got time to take her face off the road, knowing a black car behind her. She got a car behind her. Take her eyes off the road to reach over the console. She has a console. She got to reach over that. She got to maneuver over that. That's a truck, a SUV. She got to maneuver over that, reach all the way over to the passenger side to shut the door while she on the road driving. So y'all telling me she shut the door when he jumped out the car? Is that what Ray? Is that what C. Ray them over there? They gave you this bullshit. So they're saying she was able to reach over as she driving. I mean, she turning over to her right, no, to her left. Reach over that big old console. Man, you know how far she gotta lean over to shut the door, and if she driving and he jump as she driving, the door would have automatically shut on its own with the wind pressure. The wind pressure would have shut it the door on its own. Or if you want to make me think she came to a complete stop and he got out that car, y'all, let's make this make sense. Because what she going to say after this ain't going to make no damn sense. If she completed a stop after he got out the damn car, then ain't no way he should have them head injuries. Oh, but I forgot. He got the head injuries inside the car and wanted out. Once he got them head injuries, he ain't had no. He couldn't even speak no more. Debunk, debunk, debunk. He couldn't even talk to the people that was there, the witnesses. He couldn't talk to them. So you telling me he got out the car off of this head injury, stumbled out the car, stumbled on the cross, and fell because he had already got the head injury. But he was able to tell her, "Let me out the car." Child. When he got them head injuries, he wasn't able to tell nobody nothing. He wasn't even able to even communicate with no one. His brain wasn't even functioning enough to even have him even say he won't out the car. If you want me to believe he got out the car with head injuries. But then this ain't gonna make sense after just this ain't gonna make sense after listen to what she about to say.
Then in the same communications, in the same recording they were listening to, but the girlfriend stated, oh no, she was going 25, 30 miles per hour and she was not looking back. And so just highlighting that there was a conflicting statement. So when law enforcement stated
that's about the only facts, and I went over that on a 911 call. That's about the only facts that C. Ray knew did give them. Because everything else they gave them was speculation. Because they was not there at the cabin. They're not in Gainesville. They do not know the road from Gilcrest up to Gainesville. They don't know nothing. If that's the case, the damn family would know what time they got up here and got up there. The family is the ones that sat with GPD. GPD would have told them the time. Hell, GPD didn't even know they was in Gilcrest.
that the statements were consistent, the research team was able to show us last night that even before leaving the scene, the statements were inconsistent. And so, even for us, it's not that we're stating that you did anything malicious. It's just the fact is that per the people communicating via their radio.
And how much you think you about to get out of this damn settlement lawsuit? Because matter of fact, the Davis family ain't getting shit. Not even Big Tyrone. You don't sit back and not say anything, sitting in the trap house, not doing anything, but out there holding a sign up for Chris, marching justice for Chris. back to the trap house you in, and think that this family finna get a wrongful death lawsuit and money about to be in their hands. No, it's going to the kids. Now, whatever the kids do, I hope they make sure the kids don't get it till they fucking grown. Don't even put it in the mama hands. And Renee, they're the only two will get any money out of wrongful death or whatever they want to sue Gainesville Police Department for. Not doing a full, thorough investigation. So, Shanae, don't have your hands out because you ain't getting shit because the Davis family ain't getting shit neither. Now, Tyrone might get a little something out of it because he is the father. Renee will get something out of it. She's his mother. And those kids.
Walkie-talkies that can be heard, the statements were not consistent. So then they say secondary impact. Witness observations and statements suggest that Tyrone either knelt or dropped to his knees. From this kneeling position.
And that was debunked. That was debunked. That was definitely debunked. Because there was no... What witness said that? You talking about the homeless man that they said never exists? Because all three witnesses ain't never seen no goddamn homeless man out there. The first witness saw the two witnesses, the wife and the fiance, and him. Them the three that was there. They didn't see no homeless person. So you going by when Tasha was like, and the homeless man saw him stumble. He get out the car and he stumbled and fell. She did something to him in the car when he left Papa John's. What happened to you from when y'all argued and then y'all went to get something to eat and you started to back up? That's where they're getting that from. They're getting that from Tasha. Hell, the homeless man said when he looked up, he saw him jump, get out of the car and stumble and fall. When in fact, it was three witnesses out there said wasn't no homeless man out there. Only man was out there was Dro, and he was already on the ground. Was no homeless man.
Tyrone then collapsed heavily toward his left side. During this collapse, the left side of Tyrone.
Now where you get he collapsed from his left side? Because that's where his head wound was at. We're gonna play that video. Because his head wound was from the left of his head and the back of his head. But listen to this bullshit.
Tyrone's head struck the pavement.
His head struck the pavement. Now, which one was it? Dazed when he got out the car? Was he already hit when he got out the car? Because if he's stumbling and wobbling and fall, y'all listen to this.
Producing a secondary blunt force trauma to the left temple.
Oh, secondary, meaning he was struck in the back of his head inside the car. And then he get out stumbling and he hit the ground and received the secondary one to the left of his damn head. Nope. No. And no. 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 Hell to the no. No. That ain't what happened. What didn't add up? Y'all need to do some more research. That shit sound made the fuck up. No witness was out there and saw him stumbling no motherfucking where. No homeless man at all. The homeless man would have taken, and ain't nobody out there looking either. Hell, I'm gonna take that little $15. Hell, going up there, shit. Only man, him and his girl. Cause I know he got a homeless bitch with him. They about to go right up there to Circle K and buy them some alcohol. It wasn't no homeless person out there. Ain't no motherfucking homeless man sitting out there and up in the dark. In the dark, see a man fall, see money, see a wallet. Hell, that wallet would have been gone off that scene. Showing the hell where they geeking ass would have fucking sold that wallet to somebody up at the store. They'd been up there panhandling that wallet off. Hey, I found the cool little wallet. I don't need it. You want it? Them geeking motherfuckers would have sold the wallet and the phone and ate the pizza and the wings. You know why the pizza and the wings was still there? Because ain't no homeless motherfucker was there.
At the same time, Tyrone's left elbow struck the ground, producing the abrasion observed at the scene. Additional scratch.
Wait a minute. What? I need to see this picture. I need to analyze this motherfucker picture. So he had an abrasion up under his elbow, if I'm hearing that right. And
highlighting that there was a conflicting statement. So when highlighted that the statements were consistent, the research team was able to show us last night that even before leaving the scene, the statements were inconsistent. And so even for us, it's not that we're stating that you did anything malicious. It's just the fact is that per the people communicating via their radio and walkie-talkies that can be heard, the statements were not consistent. So then they say secondary impact. Witness observations and statements suggest that Tyrone either knelt or dropped to his knees. From this kneeling position, Tyrone then collapsed heavily toward him. During this collapse, the left side of Tyrone's head struck the pavement.
I'm sorry, but that shit just sounds so fucking made up ridiculous. Because I'm picturing it in my head. He knelt on his knees, slumped over to his left side, and cracked his head again. Oh my God. Woo-wee, y'all should have kept this bullshit to y'allself. But according to Tasha, he was hit multiple times. He was hit multiple times. He didn't get out the car and stumble and fall on his side and then crack his head again, receiving secondary injuries. Did the autopsy say he had secondary injuries? Did the trauma team, the medical neurologist, the real medical doctor, did he say Tyrone had secondary injuries on top of an injury. Oh my God.
Producing a secondary blunt force trauma to the left temple. At the same time, Tyrone's left elbow struck the ground, producing the abrasion.
Ooh-wee. Throw that shit in the garbage can. Don't even hand that shit over to no fucking PI. Please don't hand nothing that the damn content creator calling themselves a research team. Don't hand that bullshit over to no goddamn PI or no attorney for that matter. Please do not do that. Don't do that. I'm embarrassing. I'm embarrassed you reading this bullshit. I'm very embarrassed that y'all taking this bullshit and finna run with it.
Observed at the scene. Additional scratches may have occurred as Tyrone's body shifted or rotated while neurological deterioration progressed. When a witness arrived,
So, in other words, he on the ground. Okay, let's make this make sense. He get out the car already wounded. He's stumbling. He drops to his knees. Oh, oh! Now he falling on his side. He hit his head. Boom. You better believe he ain't hit his head that goddamn hard if he fucking fell on his side and hit his head again. It wasn't hard. The crack, the shatter, no goddamn bones in his skull. Because he was already on level ground. And he fell and hit his head again. It damn sure wasn't hard enough to crack nothing in his skull. To shatter any bones. But since the research team want the Davis family to believe this is what they came up with, y'all just picture it in your own picture. Close your eyes and picture it. You're walking, you're stumbling, you drop to your knees. Oh, now you're falling to the side. Oh, now you hit your side of your head. Boom. Oh, well then he would have fell on his face, wouldn't he? When he'd have ended up on his face, on his stomach. Research team, wouldn't he have ended up on his stomach or stayed on the side of his head, on his side? Why in the hell was he laid flat down on his back? When the witnesses, when they came up, he was laid flat on his back. They went in their car and got a roll of paper towels to his wife to lift up Tyrone's head and put the roll of paper towel to secure his head from the pavement. So explain him dropping to his knees, going to his side, hitting his side of his head, and falling on his back. And he on his knees, but he end up on his back. Y'all got to make this shit make sense. Explain that. Explain who put him on his back. Because when the witnesses pulled up, he was laid out on his back already. That means if he'd have been on his knees, hit the side of his head, that would have been a position he would have been in. He'd have still been on his knees, face had been on the fucking ground. His whole face would have been on the pavement on his knees because he can't move. He can't even move his legs. So his knee, his whole, his knees would have been still in the kneeling position, and he'd have been on his face, stomach, face. He was stretched out on the ground on the back of his head. Y'all making up anything research. Go research again. Because that's about the ridiculous shit I heard.
At the scene, Tyrone was reportedly lying on his back and was observed writhing and groaning.
How did he get on his back from his knees? If he was in that much injury. And then he caught another injury hitting the pavement on his side. Do you hear what you're saying? Is y'all really not breaking this shit down? Now he done went from his knees to his back. He had brain injuries. He wouldn't have laid on his back. He'd have still been on his knees. His face would have been on the ground, on the pavement, on the asphalt, laid like that. Because his brain is bleeding inside the brain. He have no more function. So I guess he said, fuck it, let me turn on my back. So he got enough strength and his brain working. So he just turned on his back and just laid down. From stumbling on his knees and catching a secondary injury on the side of his head. Well, you skip all through that. Let me rewind back. How he get on his back? How he get on his back?
Secondary impact. Witness observations and statements suggest that Tyrone either knelt or dropped to his knees. From this kneeling position, Tyrone then collapsed heavily toward his left side. During this collapse, the left side of Tyrone's head struck the pavement, producing a secondary blunt force trauma to the left temple. At the same time, Tyrone's left elbow struck the ground, producing the abrasion observed at the scene. Additional scratches may have occurred as Tyrone's body shifted or rotated while neurological deterioration progressed.
Oh my God. Y'all, this don't make no sense. So as he's shaking, he done shook himself to his back, to lay on his back. He's going into a seizure. So he done sieged his way and made and relaxed himself to lay on his back. How you go from, boy, there's some wild shit every day. It's something different.
When a witness arrived at the scene, Tyrone was reportedly lying on his back and was observed writhing and groaning. These movements are consistent with what neurologists sometimes describe as a neurological storm.
So, what didn't add up? C. Ray, explain how did he get from his knees to his back when he already caught an injury in the back of his head inside the car? Get out, stumble, drop to his knees, fall on his side, and cracked the side of his head. Then fell on his elbow. He would have fell forward and they would have still seen him crouched on his knees and his face would have been on the pavement. His brain wasn't function enough for him to lay on his back and stretch his fucking legs out. His brain wasn't functioning. He didn't even have the mobility he didn't have he wasn't conscious. He wasn't even conscious. So he couldn't stretch his legs out to lay on his back. So which one was it? Was he on his knees or on his back? Y'all fucking coughed up this bullshit and handed it to him without even fucking really reading it yourself. or picturing it yourself. Won't y'all ask yourself how he end up on his back if he fucking crossed to his goddamn knees and then hit his head on the secondary on the pavement and scraped his damn elbow. How about if anybody put him there on his back? How about they scratched him by grabbing his shirt, moving him, getting him out that vehicle? Okay, getting him out that vehicle because his legs not working. He's done. So they grabbing his shoulder or whatever, and they have nails and they scratched him. How about that? How about when they laid him down, trying to lay him on his back, they dragging him where his elbow get uh whatever you said, scarred, scraped, where his elbow gets scraped. How about his elbow got scraped with them dragging him on that pavement to lay him flat on his back? Just like don't make sense how she let him out the car and she driving. She got cars behind her, but she reached all the way over in the SUV to shut the door. Explain how she do that.
A condition in which the brain, after sustaining severe injury, produces involuntary movements and sounds that are not purposeful or conscious. At this stage,
Yeah, he didn't have no movement. So how did he end up on his back? He can't even move his legs. He'd have stayed in that goddamn position. Are y'all, Shani, Miss Activist? Are you really? You just reading? You didn't go. You didn't do your own. You just reading it. You must then pre-read this shit. You couldn't have pre-read this shit before you bringing this shit out here. Cause had you'd have done it, you'd have caught that. Wait a minute. At this point, he don't have no brain function. So how in the hell did he end up on his back? If he fell to his damn knees, then fell over and uh cracked his left side of his head. I'm still stuck on the elbow. So was he on his back and his legs was still kneeled down and he was just laid back on his back with his legs still kneeled down? Because according to the other people, they didn't have to do nothing with his legs. They just took a roll of toilet tissue, a roll of paper roll towel, and lift his head up and get his head off the ground. Matter of fact, they said his legs was fine. He had it didn't look broke or nothing. No holes, no burn holes, none of that in his jogging pants. No ski marks, nothing. But they did notice he had some scratches on his back and a knot on the side of his head. That's what they said.
Tyrone had a likely lost autonomic control of bodily functions. This loss of neurological control explains the involuntary urination visible in photographs at the scene.
So they did see. So the Davis family, probably Natty, gave what didn't add up the photo of Tyrone and knowing that it was body fluid, urine on the ground. And she just going off a fucking picture. Y'all just listen. She going off a picture. Check this out. Listen to this.
So before I go further, in layman's terms, one of the things that was pointed out that I actually missed is the two spots that were on the road. I assumed that both was from him bleeding. One was not. One was the injury to the head, and the other one is that he actually lost control of his bodily functions. Also, what was the researchers were very, very adamant about, and what was very upsetting to them, is that the first responders on the scene should have automatically been keyed into what was happening because of the writhing and the groaning that was actually taking place. And then even as they were someone stating that his pupils were not dilated, she stated that was virtually impossible. They talked at a great extent about how upset they were at the videos at first responders having the nurse who happened to be a witness still in the midst of everything and not having her allowed to step out. Also, there was a response.
Wait a minute. I'm lost right there. Video of the first responders. Who got the video of the first responders that was on the scene?
She looked in the rearview mirror and saw him walk away from the car and then kneel. This account is consistent with the witness statement describing Tyrone collapsing shortly.
You ain't believe shit. She looked in the rear of her car and watched him kneel. This is the first time I heard that. I have never heard that Lulu said she looked in the rearview mirror and watched him kneel to the ground. Because I heard say she don't know what happened. And it was out of her control and his control. She went up to GPD to see if they got cameras so she could see what happened. So how the fuck she see him kneel?
He was in rapid decline prior to him ever getting to the hospital. And see, these are things that with the researchers, because they've gone so much further with the information that has been collected, that has been hugely helpful.
Just say the name. What didn't add up? MG, Cookie, and Ava. Just say the name.
And then it goes into the final medical stage. Shortly afterward, Tyrone's body reportedly became quiet and motionless, which is also visible in crime scene photos. This stage is consistent with deliberate posturing.
So you looked at, first of all, it was never no crime scene photos. It's the photo of Tyrone out there on the ground. It wasn't a crime scene. The photo the witness took of Tyrone on the ground. Stop saying crime scene photos. See, Ray? Because it wasn't no crime scene. Those personal photos the man took of Tyrone on the ground.
Which is a neurological condition.
And how the hell you gonna look at a photo and see that's what he ain't moving? That's why he lay like that. Because of knowledge or something came through. Off a photo, you ain't an expert. None of y'all are experts over there.
Which the arms and legs extend rigidly due to severe damage to the brainstem. The brainstem controls critical life functions such as breathing, heart rate.
And again, he'd have been on his face and not his knees. how he ended up on his back since the brain stem stopped functioning.
And consciousness. When the brainstem.
Don't bring this bullshit out here. Because I thought y'all had got some real medical records. I really did. I really did. And y'all going off a fucking content creator and 3 other women up there on that goddamn panel.
Pull it. If you wanna say you got the receipts, make sure that it goes back to something that I want the world to understand.
Girl, we don't care.
During this period, Tyrone likely requested to exit the vehicle, open the car, shifted or rotated while neurological deterioration.
I'm sick of that. Y'all know what? I really honestly thought they had got something from the medical team. Yeah, y'all see how quick Tasha needs to stop doing what she do. Cause she put this up. Right here. Tasha put this up. And she can put this up after C. Ray and her 3 Meons wrote up this bunch of bullshit paperwork. They ain't even get this shit from a real medical doctor. Wrote up this bullshit paperwork. And Tasha go, I'm sorry, y'all, if I didn't see y'all chat. And Tasha go, hold on, sis. I need you up here because you gotta tell me what you mean. Oh, hold on. I keep doing it. Hit that cause ain't no PI, they ain't got no lawyer. They got some internet research teamers sending them that bullshit. Girl.
Okay.
Did you hear this shit?
This is ridiculous.
It
Because he ain't
is.
saying
It is.
nothing new and there's no facts.
No facts at all. And she got this from C. Raymond. So when Tasha came out like medical examiner reported multiple blunt force trauma to the back of his head. And then when Gigi did her live and said he was hit more than one time. I'm thinking
I
they got
heard.
this shit from
This
a
my
legal
thing.
aspect.
But you know he could have been hit at the cabin. And that
Yeah,
started. Like how he
yeah.
land in that one picture. It looks like he's disoriented.
What picture?
The picture that you
What
had
picture?
up there and I enlarged it.
Red with the red
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, they pajamas. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep,
He looked
yep.
disoriented. And that could have been the
And
start
that was
of
a
it.
picture. Uh-huh.
Go ahead, finish though.
No, I'm finished. I was finished with it. I
Oh,
want you to stay up here for a little.
okay.
I was finished, girl. I
But
needed to
he
because I got. Wait a minute. Let's answer them for me. Sis. Check this out. How you go from your knees and your brain ain't working to laying on your back?
Right. I don't understand that because if anything, you're not going to fall on your back. You're going to fall on your face.
Exactly. And his brain stopped working, stumbling out the car, let them tell it. And then he get a second injury and hit his head on the side. As he
It's
dropped to
too
his
many
knees, he hit
stories.
his head.
I
You
thought he
know that's
walked.
amazing.
How did he walk and stumble if his brain was already in a messed up
He
state?
did. He stumbled to his knees and then caught a secondary
Right,
injury
but
to
how
the
did
side
he
of his head.
get? How did he still had to get out the car. How he jump out the car then?
And his brain was fucked up inside the car, right?
Right, ain't nothing making sense. That don't make sense at all. Something ain't right. They had a couple cars out there, and it probably was. They probably had it like they pulled over, like something was wrong with one of the cars, and that's how they ended up getting him
Block
out the car.
Oh, you probably right. The view of them laying him out there on his back.
Hmm.
They could say like
That's the
something was
only
going
way.
on with
If I mean going
other
off of
cars
what
kept. Yep, yep,
going off what
yep.
the new PI is talking about. Yo, they funny. They
Wait a
did
minute.
all that. So this is and
Too
then
funny,
not only that, y'all did all this.
but they know what. Right, go ahead.
They
They know
did
what kind of
all
brain
this.
injury he got. They know what kind of
Right.
brain injury he got. They done seen the CAT
How?
scan, X-rays, but their own family, the Davis family, don't know what kind of brain injury he got. They don't even know how he received the brain injury. But this damn research team, C. Ray team, knows. Now they going around. Now it's going around. He was hit several times.
You know what? They going off
Girl,
of what people saying on their videos. It got to
if
be
you
because
see her,
remember Polo was the one that said because everybody was saying it was an accident.
yeah,
So how you go from an accident now you saying he couldn't have did that himself? You couldn't see that in the beginning. How long we been talking about this case?
3 months.
Going on 4 months.
Going on 4 months.
Then they
And,
missed 3 appointments with the detective. They don't
mm-hmm.
want justice. They want money.
They want money. It sounds
They
like
want
nothing but
money.
we already know. They thinking they about to get the wrongful death lawsuit. It ain't going to them.
That's
Big Tyrone
ridiculous
might get
though for you to even capitalize off of somebody's demise. Like,
yeah, because the Gainesville police failed to treat it as a crime scene. They only treat it as an accident.
well, the mother ain't want an investigation. Remember, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what type of police, what type of police would even abide by that. Like, that's ridiculous. Your job is to
That's
protect and
them.
serve, not to
Well, let me tell
be one sided with the mother. That's not your
you.
job.
Yeah,
So for real,
that's that big town, and they probably some lazy ass cops, and they didn't care because of the color of that boy's skin.
yep, yep. Racism at its finest.
Yep, and I
Mm.
bet you it's racism down there where they was at. And then let me ask you, how do C. Ray? How how did they come up with the brain injury? Wait a minute, the timeline. How did they come up with what time they left that cabin?
You don't know.
Nobody.
You don't know because even
Okay,
if it was a time stated, how we know if that's true?
right.
Like it's so many lies and so many.
You can't go off that time off a piece of box, leaving from Gil's. Gil, come
They
on
can't
now.
even. They wouldn't even be able to get it. Who's to say that they really was the ones that picked it up? They don't have no proof they was there. So
Right.
whoever was, just think about it. Whoever was the other people could have went and got that pizza. Anybody can use any name. They
Cause why
don't
would
know
a
who
piece of
this.
box still be a week later?
Yeah, that's crazy. They don't clean up out there.
I guess not.
Mhm. And not only
Cause they
that,
got, and I bet
that
they do
so-called
over in
first
that little
witness, the first witness,
area.
he
Hmm.
wasn't even in a car. Why would a homeless man be in a car? If I mean, they said the homeless man was on the side of the road. But remember, he
And
said
he,
when he did the interview with Polo, he said he cleared it up and said he's not homeless. So for somebody
yeah.
to think
But see,
that,
also he said he was driving a black car, and the nurse now was driving
so
a
why would
red car.
somebody think he was homeless?
Why all of a sudden? Well, check this out. Why is the research team saying there was never a red car when
That's
when the
because they
witness
want, Tasha trying to get. She don't want.
uh
She don't want
because the
nobody. The
fiance
same way.
the, fian-
The same way
the
Lulu don't
fiance
want nobody talking about her brother.
let me tell you, the fiance is the one that said red car. Nobody to know nothing about no red car. That fiance out there that was protesting when Tasha was out there, he specifically said he was at a light. When he came from
And the
that
red
light,
car was in front of him.
that car sitting in the middle of the, no, he said the red car, he had to go around the red car because when he was going past, the red car suddenly stopped and put on their hazard lights.
Right, right.
The team over there said there's no red car at all.
And
And I would debunk it.
how would you know that
I
if
would
the cameras don't work? And how would you even know that Lulu made a U-turn if the cameras don't work?
right.
It's too many
How you know she
lies.
made all these how did they know she made all these turns
Mhm.
and passing up intersections and they
Right.
ain't even down there in Gainesville?
If the camera don't work, how would you know any of it?
Oh, 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 hold on. I get this even get better. Did the first witness, whoever
Uh-huh.
he is, that John, we're gonna say John, did he also video record? Is it a video recording and not just a photo? Because apparently the research team seen a video of the paramedics just walking through his bodily fluids as if it's not a crime. Did you hear what the
What
PI
bodily fluids?
urine? He peed on himself. So that was on.
So,
It was two spots on the ground, one from his head and one from urine. And according to the research team over there, they said the paramedics, the first responders, was walking all in his bodily fluids like it wasn't like a crime scene. What crime scene? They never treated it as a crime scene. So did the witness not only take pictures, but he video recorded it too?
well, if he had on sweatpants, the urine would have soaked up in the sweatpants.
Black sweatpants at that.
And if he laying, you say he was laying on his back, how would they walk through anything then? He had a head
And
injury, so everything would have
exact,
been under him.
exactly. Now, only way they could see that urine stain is when once they pick Tyrone up and put him on the stretcher to put him in the ambulance, and once they picked him up, they saw the spot after they picked him up, and first responders was walking around in that area probably with their little flashlights to see if he had any belongings around
Well,
him
he
or
wasn't
whatever.
even under the bridge, and somebody
For the
else said
first,
it wasn't dark.
nope,
And
and that'll
still,
even
why
be
would Jason text his phone at that time if he's already in a state of
right,
he couldn't have
right.
been texting Jason back.
Right. That went him texting Jason back. Like I said, every day something else. Tasha need to fucking sit her ass down, stop putting up shit like this, listening to and girl yeah, over there. So Ava, Ava, been a nurse. She worked in autopsy. She a neurologist.
I want to see some credentials.
Me too. All I
Okay,
heard
but
was she
even if you worked in that field, how would you know if you ain't examine him?
thank you. But the PI activist is going by this research team,
YouTubers,
huh?
YouTubers.
Yeah, the research team is what didn't add up. C-Ray, it's C-Ray, MG, Ava, and Cookie.
Didn't they say they
Them the
not
four.
professionals?
They're not, but they
And didn't
sent
they
that
say
down
they do
paperwork.
this? They do this in their spare time.
Yeah, but this
So
what they
where's
feeding the damn fat.
so what happened to the money for the PI? Where's the PI at? That's what I want
What
to
happened?
know. Where's the PI?
They ain't got none. They only working with researchers on this internet, see content creators, and they only working with their activists. They ain't gonna get nowhere. Do you hear me? They ain't gonna get
Mm.
nowhere. So they ain't no justice for no draw, cause that ain't what they going for. Cause you want it just for draw. The PI telling them it'll be a waste of their time getting an attorney. What you mean?
This is not.
They getting an attorney to open up the case. Just cause you filing for the police records and all this, what you gonna do with them? Sit on them? Cause that's what the PI is hard to do. Is to request records and they gonna get them back within seconds. They ain't gotta wait. Hell, they could go in their system and get it. Now they might have to wait for the medical terms records through the hospital, but the police records and all that, the PI have them in their hand right now. Hell, the damn activist ain't even got them in her hand. She on the waiting list like everybody else wait.
I saw that. But this is another thing. Now listen to this. If they would have got a lawyer has his own team, his own
Mm-hmm.
his own, professional people to handle different things. A lawyer would be able to get
Mm-hmm.
all those papers faster than anybody.
Fast, real quick. They would have
So
already
they
went in the
asked
system. All they had to do was pull up the case number, and they'd already been in the system with the paperwork. The family will already know what it is, and what the family would already see the cameras and everything. I'm gonna tell you that now. They had a
And
lawyer,
hold up.
activist.
Why would she have to send? Why would she, if the family have the papers, what she need them for?
Because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got. They
Wouldn't
got.
the, but
They
wouldn't the
got what the
family be able, wouldn't the
gave them.
family be able to get them faster, even if they
No,
don't
the
have
family got.
them?
If they had an attorney, yeah. But the family just like other people. They gotta wait too. The family can't get them fast like that. You
But
gotta
I
wait
thought they
to the
already
to
had. They said they already
yeah.
had the paperwork. Remember?
They ain't got shit. Yep, they ain't got shit. They got shit. The research team all over. They got a research team from over the world. 4 ladies from all over the world.
Mm.
Gave them this paperwork to give to the PI. That PI gonna ball that shit up and throw it up their ass.
What
Get
PI?
that bullshit.
Because
I guess
she doing
that's what
everything that
they
a
want.
PI would do. So of course it's clear to say that they didn't get one. They
And if
got
they
her.
thinking they finna get justice off of that daggone waiting for the 911 calls, the first responders report, the hospital report, um all that shit that lady wrote of what she looking for, what she's trying to get. She got a list of shit, and that's gonna cost. So money finna be involved because they're not gonna give that. All that shit ain't for the public. They give you the public shit for the law, but all that other extra shit she asking for, which is needed. However, she's not an attorney. They're not gonna give her shit. They're gonna give her some redacted bullshit with big black blocks on it. But they're not gonna give that woman nothing because she an activist. And then if she thinking that shit that C. Ray rolled out for her and printed out for her and gave her, if she thinking that's gonna get her the medical records and shit faster, she better think twice.
Right. Like it's not it's too many lies for me.
They do not have a PI at all. Just they could tell us all day we got a PI. That lady could say, and the PI team working on it, and a team of 12, and this person worked for the police department 28 years on the case. Get out of here. You don't. They don't have no PI. If they had a PI, they wouldn't want no information from no content creator research team.
Hmm.
They would they if they had a PI, they wouldn't be requesting records. That lady would not be requesting anything. The, they don't have that. They trying to do this by themselves. And that's why they're not going to get justice.
Mm-mm.
And they messed up asking for they messed up for real asking for the PI money for the the supporters for the PI money and didn't use it. They really messed up. They can't come out here and ask people for money anymore. And yeah, those who rock with the Davises and those who support us, yeah, keep throwing that out there. Cause that's a hint that y'all finna ask for some more money. They messed up. And now You know what? I think that a activist should have just not even came on this motherfucker live and did and said a damn thing. Cause what she doing is trying to. This is what she doing. That the activist is throwing all this shit out there just to make Polo look like he wasn't doing shit. This what I'm doing, and this what we got so far, and you ain't get shit because the same shit you're reading, you got it from what did not add up. Another content creator with 3 people helping her research what's going on, and they ain't even got facts. They know they wrong. And that activist should not even came live with Natalie. And why they ain't have where was Tasha at? See right. Her ass went to sleep. I wonder where was the activist at? I mean, where was Tasha at? Because apparently the activist can't work with Tasha. I could say I could feel that. Because Tasha, the activist, Tasha too hype. Um, Natalie is more calmer. So she probably could work more with calmness than someone that's real hype and that'll overtalk you. So the activist is more to work with Tasha, even though Tasha in the room listening, she there. But I bet that's how that is. Cause Tasha wanna be the boss. Tasha wanna run shit. Tasha wants to run shit. So 2 chiefs ain't gonna be in the same, ain't gonna get along. Now, y'all heard of too many chiefs, not enough Indians? It's two chiefs. They ain't gonna get along. Cause yeah. So she could work with Natalie. She can't work with Tasha. But Tasha, I'm gonna need you to sit down. Cause to put this up here, you started another narrative around these streets. That boy got hit several times in the back of his head. And that don't match with C. Ray Nim investigation, research that they done. You don't get out the car stumbling and get on your knees, then sloop over and crack your head on the side, crack your head again. But according to what you're saying, Tasha, he was hit several times on his head. But according to the research, content creator and her crew, he fell and got that second injury, which we know neither one of them is correct. I say it happened at that cabin. And if, like I said, he could have been hit twice. I said that from day one. They cracked him on the side of his head. He realized it. He was able to get up. Say he was laying on the bed. He was able to get up real quick. And as he got up, when he got up, his back turned, they cracked him again on his back of his neck. Now, how he get the elbow, the elbow injury and the scratches, it could have came from them trying to lift him up over them to put him in the car. Because at this point, he ain't walking. He ain't even walking. The injury took an immediate effect. So they could have grabbed him. Like he stumbled now. So they could have grabbed him, picked him up, put him over their shoulder just to get him in the car. Especially if it was only one person. Somebody strong enough to pick him up, put him over their shoulder. But as they grabbing him up, they scratching him. Or whatever hit him could have put those scratches on him. Whatever hit him on the lower part of his neck could have been from the object that scratched him. I mean, that he was hit with. Also, he got elbow abrasions, but no knee injuries, no other injuries. That could have been them dragging his ass to put him out there on that ground. Getting him out that car and dragging him, trying to hurry up and drag him and lay him down. Then he in the car. Get me out the car. Pull over, get me out the car. But if he was hit inside the car, upside his head several times, he wouldn't even no way he'd have told you to pull over and let me out the car. And he wouldn't have never got out the car stumbling nowhere if he was that badly injured inside the car. If anything makes sense, you saw him open up that door, ready to jump out that car, and you tried to grab him from the back. You tried to grab him by his shirt, scratched him from the back of his neck to keep him in the car, but you couldn't hold on to him and drive, and he fucking stumbled out and fell. And scraped his little elbows. But why is one elbow scraped and not the other? Why his knees not scraped? Why ain't no damn holes in his shirt? He had on a white beater. That shirt should have been ripped off of him. So I'm not about to say this man was hit all these times inside nobody's car, because I don't believe it, and I'm not going to believe it, and I'm not going with that narrative, and I'm not going with everybody else's narrative who really think he was beat inside that damn car. I'm not going with he jumped out the car, stumbled to his knees, fell on the side of his head and caught a second injury, then fell on his arm and was able to get up and lay down on his back and stretch his legs out. I'm not going with that either. I'm not going with he left Gilchrist. And when he left Gilchrist, he would have been already gone, deceased. Y'all don't even know what time he left Gilchrist. Don't nobody know no time. Nobody know no time. You don't even know if that's the real pizza box or the wings. A week later, the pizza box still looked in shape. The wings still looked in shape. And it still had wings in it. And it had a lot of sauce on the wings. And where's this camera? Because again, they said there's no camera. Did the GPD, when they had the little meeting, did GPD show them a fucking camera of Papa John's? Did they show them a camera of the hotel? Or did they just say, well, it's him, we did see him, we saw everything looking fine, we saw him get in, we saw him at Papa John's, we saw him check in the hotel. Well, who came up with Lulu went inside the hotel with his credit card to try to rent a room, and they would not let her. So Dro had to get out the car and go do it. It's too many lies. And as the Davis family, when y'all went up to that Gainesville and sat in that office with that man and your activist, y'all spokesperson, she should have told them, once y'all asked about cameras at Papa John's and they told y'all they did see it, they have a whole disc. That means they uploaded it on a disc. Y'all should have asked them, pull that disc out, put it in one of their computers or USB, plug it in one of their goddamn computers, and let y'all see that goddamn camera from Papa John's and Durian's, the hotel. Instead of saying y'all seen it because Gainesville told y'all they seen them. They don't know who was on that camera. They don't know what man is who. They don't even know Dro. Tasha's son could be Dro. Now you're hiding about a red car. And I will be doing my research because I'm going to see if there's a Wawa by that thing they was at on Christmas Eve. And it don't matter anyway what Wawa was at, whether it was in Gainesville or Ballard. Tasha's son was still seen visibly on camera with Dro at a Wawa. Visibly. So it don't even matter Ballard or Gainesville. He still was with him. So who's to say he did not ride up to Gainesville with them? So that Gainesville or Ballard, it don't matter where that motherfucker, where he was at, which Wawa he was at. It really don't matter. What matter is Tasha's son was still with him on Christmas motherfucking Eve when he was calling motherfucker Jason to come and pick up a bottle. So what didn't add up? Do your research again. That don't mean shit. He was last seen with him. Okay? At Wawa, Ballard, or Gainesville. It don't matter. Who's to say he did not ride up to Gainesville with Dro and Lily? He was seen with them. And stop saying no red car. Because the witness said he was at a light. The red car was in front of him. and the red car stopped, and he honked his horn and got the guy in the red car put on his hazard lights. He honked his horn at him like, what is he doing? And he had to go around this red car. When he went around the red car, he noticed it was a body in the street that they thought was a homeless man. Then when they got on him, they thought, could this be a robbery? Because apparently it looked suspicious when the husband and the nurse, fiance and the nurse got up there, had to look some kind of suspicious. And it's really weird, very suspicious, that none of the witnesses know what color car they was in. Oh, I was in the black car. Oh no, I was in the red. The nurse them in the red car. I was in the black car. Why is you lying about the fucking car you were in? Fiance, the piece of the wings was staged. It almost looked like it was staged. The wings was on the side of his leg, and then demonstrated how the wallet, phone, and how the wallet was laid, how the phone was, and the money and wallet was laid, and how the money was spread it out on the wallet. He said $15, and he took his 4 fingers and spread it out. As if this was a robbery. It's just so, it's just so much now, and it just, it's now he didn't, now Jordan got hit multiple times inside the car, get out the damn car, stump to his damn knees, catch another secondary injury by falling on the side of his head, then fall on his elbow. Man, y'all, that made his injury, it made his brain cracked in pieces at this point when he hit the side of his head. His bone cracked in pieces, okay? And his head bleeding now in the inside. But he was able to get off his knees, stand up, sit down, and lay on his back. How the fuck he get on his back? C. Ray. With Ava, the nurse, that know what kind of brain injury Dro had. Did you see his, was you inside that hospital when the trauma team put him on that life support, did the x-rays, did those tests, his blood tests, his brain functioning test? Was you there? How in the hell you gonna say what kind of fucking brain injury he got when blunt force trauma can be all kind of things? A different blunt force trauma injuries. Stop being robots and so serious over there, C. Ray, because all y'all is a song. Repeated robots. They don't laugh, they don't smile, they don't do shit. Everything gotta be soldier and attention, be quiet. No speculations. No, don't say no names in here. Ain't no damn way I'll be part of that team. I'm too goofy. I'm too real. I've been cussed all their ass out. I like to laugh. I like to joke. I like to talk my shit. Y'all can't even talk shit over that motherfucker. Don't say no names. You ain't got facts. Don't come in here speculating. Well, bitch, you speculating. All you motherfuckers up there on that panel is speculating. Because you ain't got facts either. And that bunch of shit you rolled up or typed out off of GPT or Google Gemini, the motherfuckers gonna throw that shit in the garbage can. And the David family better not believe this bullshit. And then y'all told this lady a brack of lies, 13 years here, 12 years that, and been doing research for another 15 years. Anybody can research. Anybody can fucking put shit together. That don't mean they facts. You ain't got facts. That's why I start watching her ass. Because you go over there, you can't say the name. Go up there, you can't say how the fuck you feel. Like Dowie went up there, and Dowie was just asking the question like this and that. She got mad at Dowie. Because Dowie, you speculated. You didn't have facts. Like they ain't got facts. They don't live in Gainesville. They ain't in no trauma unit down there, working down there. They ain't doing shit but speculating. Like I said, using GPD and Google Gemini. That's what they're using. And there's more than one brain and blunt force trauma. You get blunt force trauma all any kind of ways. You'll fall off a fucking a ladder and crack your skull. What the autopsy say? Because the autopsy got the name of the fucking blunt force trauma. They ain't just call it blunt force trauma. They gonna tell you the name of what injuries he sustained. And the Davis family know this. If they got the autopsy report, I thought they had some shit back. Y'all listening to a motherfucker content creator that's speculating too. I don't care how much research you do. Everybody do research. Now you got people finna walk around these damn YouTube, these social media streets, everywhere, talking about this man got hit more than once, several times, multiple times inside a fucking car. Then he jumps out a car and fall on his fucking knees and catch another head injury, a secondary head injury. But landed on his back. If he got out the car with a head injury and walking out the car, and then got motherfuckers talking about, and she was just driving and passed up 3 intersections. But she gotta go left. She can't just turn and drive into traffic. I tell y'all, and every time I hear some fuck shit, I'm gonna call it out. I don't care who they is. I'm gonna call it out. I don't care. It's fuck it. Don't walk around. Don't spread that fuck shit that a content creator, the 4 researchers, and talking about their experience and this and that. They ain't no more experience than I am. You don't have to be experienced to fucking write notes down and research. How much experience you need? None. Just need common sense. And apparently, they all dodos. They ain't got common sense. Because to sit there and say, it ain't no red car, you telling a goddamn blow-faced lie and the truth ain't in your ass. Because there is a red car. The first witness is the one that brought it out. Go back and listen to his videos, god damn it. It was a red car. That's the red car that put on his hazard lights. And then the other witness said he wasn't driving that red car. The nurse was driving it. So there is a red car. Anything to try to get her son that has a red car out of it. Tasha's son ain't got no red. It wasn't Tasha's son. Then shit, it's a red car. And the video at Wawa, they was at the Wawas and Bauer. It don't matter which Wawas they was at. December the 24th, Tasha's son was withdrawn. Let's talk about it. So who cares what Wawa they was at? Tasha's son still was there. And seen in a picture with him. And seen on Christmas Eve in a picture with him. And them probably no same black jogger pants that drove down on that he passed away in. Them probably no black jogger pants. Because he had that on Christmas Eve. So it don't even fucking matter. So that wouldn't even be that. He still will be questioned. Everybody gonna be questioned. Then for that activist to tell them what her friend said is trying to get a lawyer. They didn't say get a lawyer for a wrongful death lawsuit. They say get an attorney to open back up the case. See, y'all jumping conclusions with the activist jumping conclusions about the wrongful death lawsuit. Yeah, the supporters and stuff, they was like, yeah, she could file a lawful death lawsuit, but I think she referring this from Polo, where Polo said that she could get she could sue Gainesville Police Department. The family could do that. So she throwing that to Polo about it'd be waste of getting a lawyer for this and that. But actually the lawyer was supposed to be, because you got to find a criminal case to even go in for wrongful death. It has to be something criminal. You can't just go in there and file for wrongful death lawsuit without proving it was wrongful. And it has to be criminal to prove it, right? I had to have an open investigation. And since it wasn't an open investigation, that's where the attorney come in at. They don't just jump in and file a unlawful lawsuit. They coming in to get an investigation done. Then, once they see that it was some foul play, some being lazy ass Gainesville people, they can't catch a criminal conviction. Boom. Then it's wrongful. But according to Natalie, their team, their family members been in forensics, went to all this and all that, but then you should know better. You should know to get an attorney. Don't sit there and listen to a whole activist that apparently ain't got nothing else to do to keep y'all crazy, but to keep y'all fucking wondering. Wait till the medical. Wait till they give us the medical report, the fire report. Wait till they do this. Just sit and wait. Y'all wouldn't have to wait if you had an attorney. Y'all already had some shit balling. The attorney would already had y'all sitting at a damn table showing y'all information. So y'all sitting around listening to content creators speculating, but talking about they want facts and they ain't got no damn facts. Even with the damn picture of Dro y'all sent them, ain't got no facts. They just came up with some speculation ass shit. Throw that whole goddamn paperwork and stop saying that's a document. That's a fucking piece of paper that you scribbled on, written on, wherever. Throw that shit in the garbage can. Don't hand that shit to no PI or no attorney. A bunch of niggas. Dumb as fuck. That's what they gonna say. A bunch of ninjas, dumb as hell, giving us this damn bullshit. He fell on his knees, but on his back. Who put him on his back with his legs stretched out? And how do you look at a picture from a picture to say something about his brain, looking at a picture, that it came from effect on his brain? Let's go over this. Let's recap before I get out of here. Dro in the car. He asked Lulu, let me out this car. So she pulls over. He gets out. He leaves the door open. Oh, he leaves the door open. She's on a busy road. She just stops in the middle of the roadway. Let him on out the car. Now she see him get out. She saw him fall to his knees. Oh, the homeless witness also saw him stumbling and fall to his knees. Oh, wait. He not only fell to his knees, he not only stumbled out the car. No, he not only get out, he's stumbling and dropped to his knees. He fell over on his side, y'all, and caught a secondary injury and cracked the side of his head and fell on his elbow. And he must have got back up, turned around, whatever, and just laid on his back. Uh-huh. He unconscious. From inside the car. But he unconscious enough. But he's conscious enough to say, get me out the car. But he's stumbling and wobbling. Oh, he's stumbling and wobbling. Oh, shit. He dropped to his knees. Then he cracked his head on the damn side. Then he get back up. Fuck it, I don't want to lay on my stomach, on my knees. Let me get up. So his brain was functioning enough, he get back up and just lay on his back and just have his legs all spread like that. Make that shit make sense. Which one is it? Did he stumble to his knees? Or did he get beat in his head multiple times inside the car. Oh, hold up. After she beat his ass, she grabbed him and scratched his back so he wouldn't fall out the car. If it don't make sense, I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to have to point it out. He get his ass beat. He went out the car. He got a head injury, a back head injury. His head, she beat him all in his head. He went out the car. He get out the car. He's stumbling. He falls to his knees. Oh, Lulu saw him fall to his knees. You saw him fall to his knees, and you just kept going. Now, in fact, you missed 3, 4, 5 intersections to the hotel. You were just looping around, looping around, looping around. How they know that? Do they got cameras? Do they have cameras? Do C-Ray have cameras to see Lulu passing up intersections, just looping around, looping around, looping around, looping around? Because if they do, they ought to know how Dro got on that goddamn ground and not stumbling out no car on his knees and ended up on his back. They ought to know. They ought to know all that. Hell, Gainesville Police Department don't even know that. They only saw her go around one time. And that's before the black car light change ended up behind her. Hell, Dro was already out there in the middle of the street. Now y'all just came out with a whole narrative that YouTube, another day, another narrative about to run with. He get beat several times on top of his head inside the car. Get out the damn car. He opens the door. Carrying pizza now. Not no small pizza, a large pizza. A square, big box, large pizza. Stumbling. He functioning enough to hold that pizza in the wings. Wallet must have been in his pocket, and the phone must have been in his pocket. Then how in the fuck did it get out of his pocket? Because I'm looking at these jogging pants, and it said black joggers. And if he wear that type of black joggers, you could tell the pockets is deep. Meaning, you put something in his pocket, it's going to fall down to the side of his legs. You can tell the damn pockets is deep. Just looking at the picture, he got something in his pocket now, and it's further down. So even if he fell, his items still would have been in them pockets. That phone, that wallet, and the money would have still been in his wallet. His shit would have still been in them damn pockets. It wouldn't even fell out because his pocket's deep. So explain that. Because deep as his pockets is, and this is Christmas Eve night. So let's just say he put those pants back on. That's Saturday. Say if he still got these pants, he had those pants, he slid them pants back on Saturday. Those pockets are deep. They go all the way down towards your leg. And probably stretch more putting shit in it. So how How does water come out? How does shit, how, of anything, how does water come out of that motherfucker? It wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. It'd still be laying on that ground with those items in his damn pocket. He's stumbling out the car with a pizza and chicken wings on top of the pizza. Then he get over there and he fall right there on the right lane, just in the center, right there in the right lane. He fall. He fall. But if he fall to his knees, wouldn't he have fell on top of that pizza and them damn wings? If he's still carrying, he carrying it up. He carrying it walking over. If she saw him drop to his knees, then guess what? He'd have fell right on top of that pizza and them goddamn wings. They wouldn't have been all over. That pizza would not have been all over that goddamn road. Nor was his wallet. Nor no $15. You ain't see shit flying no goddamn where. Not unless the man was hit by a vehicle. Somebody rearview mirror, he could have walked right into it. Boom! And fell down on his back. Boom! Now that could happen. He could have been walking, getting out the car with that pizza, and a car came, smacked him, and they mirror hit him. Boom! But if it wasn't no broken mirror out there, because he would have broke it, it would have been some shattered, it would have been some car parts out there. If they ain't seen no car parts, then he didn't get hit by another car. He ain't walking to no other car, he ain't get hit by no other car. And if he jumped out that damn car, that's the only way I can explain why the pizza all over the place. But if he jumped out the car, if he jumped out that car, that means he wasn't getting out no car straggling. You ain't see, there ain't no homeless person saw that. Now, if he jumped out that car and that pizza went up in the air, I can see that. But if he got hit several times inside the car and still jumped out the car with the damn pizza, but they saw him walking and dropped to his knee. Oh, I saw him walking. He dropped to his knee. Then he'd have fell on that goddamn pizza. That pizza wouldn't have been over no road. Y'all gotta see, when people come out with dumb shit and other people run with the dumb shit, you gotta, ain't no damn way. You gotta fucking pay attention and listen. Because that's about the dumbest shit. That's the dumbest speculation theory that they came up with. And they all over there acting like fucking robots. You can't laugh. You can't smile. You can't say a name. Everything better be facts. Well, that shit you just gave them wasn't no goddamn facts. Fact is, you're not a medical doctor. Fact is, you ain't seen no CAT scan. Fact is, y'all just made up a bunch of bullshit. Fact is, y'all search GPT and Google Gemini. Fact is, y'all gave a whole goddamn packet full of bullshit to the Davis family and their activists. Fact is, y'all ain't even got the facts. Y'all speculated that bullshit. A wild ass theory. Then go back and research and tell me how the fuck he get up off that goddamn ground if he fell to his goddamn knees. Who put him on his back? Says he was so out of it. And he caught another injury on top of injury. Secondary head injury wound. How he get on his back? Research that and come back and tell us that. Fact is, the Davis family and the activists need to tear that shit up, burn that shit, tear it up, throw it out the damn window. Fact is, they shouldn't even came on this motherfucker live reading that bullshit. And talking about confidential researchers. Ain't nothing confidential. Is what didn't add up. So it's C-Ray, Cookie, MG, and Ava. Ava is the nurse. Cookie is the I don't know what Cookie position is. MG is the researcher that Google Map do and going to different people's pages, hearing what they got to say, writing it down, and y'all coming into a little private live, a little bubble, passing off every content that said this and said that, when we all fucking speculating, writing it down, and trying to do y'all research off of that. And y'all talking about y'all some professionals. Y'all is not professionals. Give me your book. Girl, give me your first and last name so I could check the board. And then I could go call the board and let them know you over here giving you wrong information. See if you like them licenses. You a whole motherfucker nurse. Lying about your position. If I had your first and last name, I would look your ass up, Ava. And I would call the board in your fucking state and find out what hospital you working at. You giving out false malpractices to these damn Davis family. False information. Lying about you and got this woman thinking y'all some professionals and you're not. Activists. Only way you're gonna really get some real answers. I don't know what y'all waiting for. Y'all ain't got no PI and you ain't got no attorney. So y'all can stop feeding the goddamn people that y'all got a PI. Because if you had a PI, you wouldn't be on here talking that damn crazy nonsense about some fucking YouTube content creator. Ain't nobody no dummy. I ain't no dummy over here. I know who you talking about. You ain't got it to see right now. That's who working with the family. And they sent them some pictures and a video, and they going off of that. Get the fuck out of here. And if they know in Gainesville, you gotta do U-turns. That's the only way you're gonna come back down to that other end and get up to the top end, to the middle end. You're gonna do U-turns. She ain't pass up shit. She had to do the U-turns. Stop saying them shit that ain't facts. You don't want nobody to hit your panel and say shit if it ain't facts. You don't want nobody even be in your chat and saying this if it ain't facts. You don't want nobody to speculate. You don't even want nobody to come up with theories. Y'all facts around there. And that bullshit you handed them ain't no facts. You playing with the Davis family too. Damn, you don't know, you don't know. Like I said, you ain't got no choice but to come up with theories and speculations because we don't know the facts. The Davis family don't know the facts. And if that activist was a real activist and therefore the Davis family, she will tell them to get an attorney. Because an activist can't do what the fuck a real investigative people can do. A real attorney can do. Attorney have their own PIs. It ain't about getting an attorney for a lawful, wrongful death lawsuit. They can't just jump into that. They have to see why this is brought about, a wrongful death lawsuit. They have to go through the criminal shit before they can even file the shit. Davis family, y'all keep motherfucking listening to these people and without getting real people on y'all team, professionals, legal people, legally, you're gonna stay stuck. Stop saying y'all want justice for Dro when you ain't making that move to get the real fucking people involved. I don't want to hear nothing about no. We want justice for Dro. No, y'all don't. Because you want justice for Dro, y'all had a fucking attorney. And y'all be shutting the fuck up. Y'all wouldn't be on this live. You wouldn't be even fucking coming on live with a even with a PI. You wouldn't come on live with no activist telling y'all a bunch of crap bullshit that C. Ray team gave y'all. But they're the same people that want facts. But they just gave y'all some fucking theories and speculations of this and that. There ain't no brain surgeons. They ain't worked on that man's brain. They wasn't in that room when he was put on life support. Ask them, name the fucking brain injury he got. Since he was hit upside the head. It's a certain name for that. Tell them to give it to y'all. It's just not blunt force trauma to the head. Everybody get a blunt force. Blunt force trauma could be anything. Hell, some blunt force traumas, you be in a coma and come up out of a coma. Some blunt force traumas, you get hit upside your head. Blunt force trauma, you can fall on your forehead right now and don't die and don't crack your skull neither. You just call it blunt force trauma to the head falling. You just didn't fall hard enough to do no damage to cracking your skull. Now you got Tasha over here. Medical examiner, and that ain't even come from the medical examiner. Tasha, a lie. That did not come from a medical examiner. Tasha, that bullshit that the activists read out to y'all did not come from a medical examiner. It came from C. Ray and her crew. And they can't just read off of blunt force trauma injury to tell y'all that he had multiple injuries. If the hospital, when Big Tyrone should have got information from the hospital, they would have told y'all how many fucking injuries he had in his skull. Because all you said, Tasha, was he was hit so hard from the back where his skull shifted through the front of his head. That it cracked through the front or some shit you said. So if you know that, how did a medical examiner tell you multiple? Y'all done known that at the hospital he was hit. He got multiple brain blunt force traumas. Y'all got that piece of bullshit GPT, and that goddamn Google shit from C. Ray now. Yeah, blunt force trauma. Medical examiner ain't report shit to y'all. They're not medical examiners. Y'all full of shit. And Tasha, you need to take that goddamn post down and tell them it came from what didn't add up. MG, Ava, and Cookie. The 4 researchers around the world that's working together and that's working with the family. Thank y'all for coming in. I'll be back on later on today because I got time. Weekend is mine. See y'all later.
Of a joke, say it loud, say it slow. Running David to the Jennings, hopefully they gon' glow. Just of a joke, every block, every road, we gon' ride to this right, we ain't never letting go. David's family stand tall, that's blood. Jennings right, that same fight, same love. Name on high, we don't ride in chalk. We carve it a stone in the streets all tall. Front yard prayers, porch light on. Whole hood humming that same sad song. Turn that pain to a war cry. Run it. If you feel this in your chest, say something. Just if a joke. Say it loud, say it slow. From the David to the Jennings, whole city gon' glow. Just if a joke. Every block, every road, we gon' ride till it's right. We ain't never letting go. Mama got tears, but her back don't bend. Uncle on the phone tryna call that friend. Cousins in the car doing laps round town. Every stop sign feel like sacred ground. We don't fold, we don't fake, we push. Turn up, let it shake.